In this video, I will be going over your Unit 5 session. Alright, so in this session, we're going to be talking about the area and circumference of a circle. So in order to be able to do both of these, we need to know what the formulas are. Okay, formulas are huge. If you do not know the formula, you cannot solve these problems, which means I would write these down somewhere so that you have them at all times, because with the formulas, it makes these questions so much easier. Alright, so area of a circle. Here is our formula. Area is equal to pi radius squared. So pi r squared. And just to refresh your memory, okay, a radius is half of a circle. So if you're ever given half of the length from the center, that is your radius. Diameter goes all the way across. So if you see a line that goes all the way across your circle, that is your diameter. You need to have your radius, okay? Radius is half of your diameter. So say you had a diameter of 4, you need to change that to your radius, which would be 2. So if you have diameter, you have to use radius for area of a circle. Here's our first question. What's the area of the following circle? And here it tells me my radius is 12. I always start with writing my area formula because without it, it makes these questions a little bit more difficult. I like to write it because the more that I write it, the more I remember it. Alright, so area equals pi times r squared. Now r squared is another way of saying r times r, okay? It is not 2 times r. It is r times r, okay? It's very different. So if you would like, you can write it like this, pi r times r, if that helps you remember. You just need to remember that we're multiplying our radius twice by itself. So area is equal to pi times 12 squared. 12 squared is 144. 12 times 12 is 144. Now for some questions in your course, it'll say leave your answer in terms of pi. And what that means is we do not want to take pi and multiply it in because pi is a decimal that goes on forever. And we're going to leave our answer like this. So this is an acceptable answer for these questions. However, what you can do is, if you would like, you could take that 144 and multiply it by 3.14. Do not hit pi on this, okay? Don't use this pi button. Type in 3.14. If you hit the pi button, it's going to give you a lot of decimals and it'll make your answers a bit more overwhelming. So just multiply it by that 3.14 and we will be good. So I could also put 452.16. Both of these are acceptable answers for the area of this circle. Alright, next one. What's the area of this circle? However, here, I know that I need to do pi times r squared. But if I look at my circle here, I'm given my diameter, okay? This is all the way across. I need to know what my radius is, which is just half, okay? Half of 18 is 9, which means that my radius for this circle is going to be 9. So area is equal to pi times 9 squared. Remember that is 9 times 9. 9 times 9 is 81 pi. Okay, I can also again multiply this out. And 81 times 3.14 gives me 254.34. Okay, so both of these answers are equivalent. You can type in either one. Sometimes in your course, it will say leave your answer in terms of pi. That's where you keep your pi and you don't multiply it. Sometimes it'll say use 22 over 7 for pi. That is the ratio or the fraction that we're dividing constantly, which is why pi is going on forever. If it says that, you can either type that into your calculator or multiply it by the 3.14, and that type of question is asking you for a decimal answer. Okay, so just read the question carefully to make sure that you know what it is looking for. Alright, next we're moving on to circumference. So circumference has two different formulas. So circumference is either equal to 2 times pi times r, or circumference is equal to pi times diameter. If I were you, I would only remember one of these. This one here is the most popular one. So circumference is equal to pi times diameter. I would remember this one. It is fine if you know both or if you write them down. That's 100% okay. But you really only need to know one. So I'm going to use that circumference equals pi times diameter, which means that if I'm given a problem where I have the radius, all I need to do is multiply my radius times 2 or double it to get my diameter. All right, first question. Again, I'm going to start with my pen is going out a bit. I'm going to start with my formula. Circumference equals pi times diameter. My diameter here is 12 centimeters. So I'm going to have pi times 12, or I can rewrite that as 12 pi. And I'm done. That is my circumference. Again, I can multiply this by 3.14 if I want to. And I get 37.68. Okay, so both of those would be perfectly well answers, or accurate answers for the circumference of the circle. Now here is where we have to make sure that we're looking at our diagrams carefully, because if I notice here, this circle is given to me the radius. And when I look at my formula, I need to have my diameter. So I need to take this 9 and double it to go all the way across. 9 times 2 is 18. So here my diameter is going to be 18. So 18 pi is my circumference, or again, I'm going to multiply it by 3.14. So 18 times 3.14 gives me 56.52. So again, both of those are accurate answers for my circumference. And that is the last example I have for the Unit 5 session. Your quiz code is APPLE, all lowercase. Okay, all lowercase, it is APPLE. Remember that you only have 3 attempts on your quiz, so if you get to your second attempt and you have a question, email me or message me before you use that third attempt, because I can't give you an extra one on the quizzes.